Yes, it's finally here, JFK. I'm so excited because today we are going to New York. It's a 2-hour challenge. Can I make it through without any mistakes? Stay tuned to find out.
This is John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York. Airport is also known as JFK, or Kennedy Airport. In 2024, JFK saw 62 million passengers and ranked as the 6th busiest airport in the US by passenger traffic. JFK is hub for Delta and American Airlines. Kennedy Airport gets a wide variety of international airlines as it is used by over 80 different carriers. JFK also gets significant amount of cargo traffic. JFK has 4 runways, as shown in the graphic on screen. The graphic also shows the most common departure and landing runways. Runways 3-1 left, 2-2 right, and 4 left are the most common takeoff runways, while 2-2 left, 4 right, and 3-1 right are the most common runways for landings. Welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York, New York.
They just released JFK in this game. This is the first time ever I'm playing this airport. Welcome to New York. Here we are at JFK. Look at this. Oh my god, it's going to get busy. I'm looking forward to this. I'm so excited and happy. Okay, so there's not that much wind, only 3 knots, so we can basically choose whatever setting we want. And what I looked at beforehand was the setting where the arrivals would come to 2-2 left, and then the departures would go on to 2-2 right and 2-3-1 left. So I think I'm going with that, even though it means that it's a little bit of a tailwind for these departures here, but it's only 3 knots, so it's essentially a non-factor, so I think that's a nice configuration to run this in, so we are going with that. Okay, so let me explain the strategy. We are going to have the arrivals on 2-2 left, and then all departures from these terminals over here go to 2-2 right, and then departures from these terminals go to 3-1 left. The 3-1 left is the longest runway in JFK. Because it's such a long runway, we can depart the small aircraft from runway holding point Kilo Delta there, and then heavies can take, for example, Juliet Bravo, and for 2-2 we are going to give them full length of the runway. So that's the strategy. Then we are going to use Bravo taxiway counterclockwise, and we are going to use Alpha clockwise. For the arriving aircraft that arrive on 2-2 left, we are going to direct them mainly via hotel, because there might be departing traffic on Juliet, so we don't want the returning aircraft to use Juliet, we want them to use hotel. So that is going to be our strategy there. I'm like a kid in a candy store. JFK. Here we go, boys and girls. Here we go. Delta 1011, pushback approved. Expect runway 31 left.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 31 left. Delta 1011.
We have 2 more Delta planes wanting a pushback. So like I said in the beginning, we can use Kilo Delta for these small aircrafts on runway 31 left. This is runway 31 left over here, and it's going that way. And then we have the arrivals coming from here to 2 left over
Kennedy
there.
ground, Delta 1639 ready to taxi.
Ready to taxi. That was a long pushback. Delta 1011, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 1639er, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta.
Runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 10.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so happy that they released JFK Airport. It's looking beautiful, and this is going to be a really interesting airport to play. I will come back here often, I think. I'm going to enjoy this one. Hope you are going to enjoy this one. I will promise I try my best to make everything go smoothly and make it through without any mistakes. I'm so hoping I can do it. Do you think I can do it? It's first time here, so I'm a little bit scared. We have plane on final, we can push these back. Delta 46 heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. And approach.
Pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. Delta 46 heavy.
Delta 367, runway 22 left, cleared to land.
Runway 22 left, cleared to land. Delta 367.
Delta 740, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left.
Pushback approved. Expect
Lot of
runway
Delta
31
planes
left.
taking off.
Delta 740.
Clearly this is the Delta terminal. As we can see, we have a lot of Delta planes here. Look at this, it's filled with Delta aircraft. There are some heavies, A350 here.
Kennedy ground.
Beautiful.
62 heavy with information echo.
Connie,
Requesting
that's
push and
a
start.
cargo aircraft. Where is it? Over there. Okay. So we have one camera set up here. This is the One World Alliance terminal here. British Airways, American, Qatar, and I know that Finnair plane comes to this terminal. It's Terminal 8. So when I fly to New York from Helsinki, it's a direct flight with Finnair to this exact terminal. We have the cargo plane over there. It's Connie 962 heavy. Connie 962 heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. Yes.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Connie 962 heavy.
Okay, we have the first
Delta 46
departure.
heavy, ready
They're
to
ready
taxi.
to taxi. Delta 1011, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. We can send the first aircraft.
Runway 31 left. Cleared for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Delta 1011.
Kennedy Tower, Delta 1822 on final 22 left.
A lot of Delta planes. There are only Delta planes. Okay, there was one cargo plane that was not Delta, but there are 2 Deltas on approach and we have 4 Deltas on departure, so
Kennedy ground.
ready to taxi.
740 ready to taxi.
Delta 740, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 1639, runway 31 left, land up and wait. Delta 46 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo.
Runway 31 left.
Let's see
Kilo
the
Delta.
Juliet Bravo
Delta
routing. Yeah,
740.
that's fine.
Runway 31 left.
That
line
is
up and
fine.
wait.
That should
Delta
not be a problem.
1639.
Air
Requesting push and
France.
start.
Air France 1 heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. Delta 1822, runway 22 left, clear to land. They're soon ready to taxi, I think.
Runway 31 left. Air France 1 heavy. Runway 22 left, clear to land. Delta 1822.
Kennedy ground. Connie 962
Connie
heavy
ready to
ready to
taxi.
taxi.
Connie 962 heavy, runway 22 via Charlie, cross runway 31 right.
Runway 22 right. Stand by. Cross runway 31 right.
No, not
Connie
standby.
962 heavy.
Connie 962 heavy, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right. That's the way.
Runway 22 right. Via
So,
Charlie.
aircraft coming from this part of the terminal, right, like the Terminal 8 here or the cargo area, we want to get them on Charlie here. Then they go on Charlie to the runway 22 right, which is here. The reason being that if there are returning aircraft that are using this Bravo here to these areas and these terminals, then they don't interfere with those because we get them other side of the runway 31 right, and then they're on Charlie here and they're nicely separated, so that's the strategy right there. Air France ready to taxi, got you. Delta 1639, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway 31 left. Cleared for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Delta 1639.
Endeavour 5151, runway 22 left, cleared to land.
Runway 22 left. Cleared to
Air
land.
France 1 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo.
Runway 31 left, via Juliet. Bravo. Air France 1 heavy.
Air France 1 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo.
Runway 31 left, At Juliet Bravo, Air France 1 Heavy.
Second aircraft is taking off. And we have another pushback request. Delta 156 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. Delta 46 Heavy, cross runway 22 right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 31
Let's see
left.
the returning
Delta
aircraft.
156 Heavy.
Yeah, they would want to
Cross
use the
runway
Juliet,
22
but
right.
there's
Delta
departing
46
plane
Heavy.
there, so we want to direct these to Delta. Hotel, I mean. Delta 367, taxi to terminal via hotel. Yes, that's exactly.
Taxi to terminal.
That's
Via
the system.
hotel.
We want the returning
Delta
aircraft go to
367.
via hotel, and then these departing planes can come here. Let's send them. Delta 740, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Air France is taxiing there, the cargo plane is taxiing there. Everything is rocking. I'm so excited. New York, baby, New York. And finally, yeah. As I was explaining, one reason I enjoy playing this airport a lot is obviously New York is very iconic city, and I fly there often because we have direct flights from Helsinki. So I've been to New York many times. It's a really nice and exciting city to visit. I love going to New York. I love New York. Many people might hate it. I don't know. What's your opinion? Let me know in the comments. How do you feel about New York? Do you love it or do you hate it? I know there are both opinions out there, I'm sure.
156 Heavy, ready to taxi.
But anyway, it's such an exciting city and exciting airport because I've flown in here so many times. And last time when we arrived with the Finnair plane, we arrived on runway 04 right. So it's this runway that we have the arrivals now, but on the opposite direction. Delta 1822, taxi to terminal via hotel. Delta 46 Heavy, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Taxi to terminal via hotel. Delta 1822.
Air France 1 Heavy, cross runway 22 right.
Runway 31 left. Cleared for
Delta
takeoff.
620,
On reaching
runway
altitude
22 left, cleared to
1000.
land.
Contact departure. Delta 46 Heavy. Cross runway 22
Delta
right.
156 Heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo, cross runway 22 right. Send them.
Runway 22 left. Cleared to land. Delta 620.
Runway 31 left, via Juliet Bravo. Cross
Delta
runway
156 Heavy,
Delta
runway 31
156
left at Juliet Bravo, cross runway 22 right.
Runway 31 left, at Juliet Bravo. Cross runway 22 right. Delta 156 Heavy.
JetBlue 753, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. Last time I visited New York, when we left from New York with Finnair plane, I remember that we took off from this runway 22 right, exactly this runway, and because the terminal was here, the terminal 8, I remember that the taxi routing we took was via Charlie, so I remember that this is a system that they actually use at JFK, that they direct planes from terminal 8 to taxiway Charlie here, and then they go via Charlie to the end of the runway 22 right and take off from there. So it's nice that I can now play the exact same system that they were using when I left New York last time, even though leaving New York never easy. Let's see if we can let Air France depart. Yeah. Air France 1 Heavy, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Are these going on
Runway
here?
31
Got
left.
this one.
Cleared for takeoff.
there, okay.
On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Endeavour 5290, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left.
Pushback approved, expect runway 31 left.
JetBlue 2181, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. Pushback, I cannot speak.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22
They understood
right.
me still.
JetBlue
That's good.
2181. Kennedy ground.
What is this?
JetBlue 753
What
ready
is
to
this?
taxi.
Did they call already? What is this plane? Air France is taking off.
Kennedy ground. JetBlue
Kennedy ground.
903 with information echo.
Maybe
Requesting
here.
push and start.
Endeavour. Endeavour 5151, taxi to terminal via hotel. Yep,
Taxi
so
to
that should
terminal
not be a
via
problem.
hotel.
Delta 367, cross runway 22 right. Delta 1822, cross runway 22 right. Let's have them cross. The cargo plane is
Cross runway
soon at
22
the end of the runway.
Delta 367.
JetBlue 753, runway 22 right via Bravo, cross runway 31 right. So we can direct them already there and let them cross.
Delta 1822.
What is this plane?
Runway
What is the call sign for this
via
one?
Bravo. Cross runway 31
Green
right.
flight.
JetBlue
Green
753.
flight. Apparently it's
Kennedy
green
Tower,
flight.
JetBlue 2110
Let's
on
JetBlue
final
and
2
find
to the
out.
left.
Green flight 45 heavy, runway 22 left, clear to land. JetBlue 2110, runway 22 left, clear to land. They are
Runway
crossing
22
there,
left.
come here,
Clear to land.
we come in here, those are no problems. Air France has taken off, we can set them. Delta 156 heavy, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 620, taxi to terminal via hotel. Always direct them to hotel. We want to maintain this system because, like I said, we might have departing aircraft on Juliet here, so we don't want to use that one. We want to use hotel for the returning ones so that there are no problems. Endeavour 5290, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. I think I'm managing it pretty nicely.
Cross runway 22 right.
I feel the flow. I feel the flow of this airport.
Pushback approved. Expect
It's
runway
very
31
busy,
left.
but
Delta
still
771 heavy.
there's a lot of things going on. But I still think that I'm managing everything pretty well at the moment. So I'm excited. I'm so happy to play this airport. JetBlue 903, pushback approved. Expect runway 22 right. Let's have them also go to 22 right. They should come here. Yeah, that's not a problem. We have the green flight coming home. Where are they parking? Green flight is coming over there. Okay, so maybe we use Bravo. Green flight 45 heavy, taxi to terminal via Zulu, Bravo. Shamrock 104 heavy, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right. Yes. We can actually send from here. Connie 962 heavy, runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway 22 right.
Look at
Cleared for
this.
takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Connie 962 heavy.
Look at this. Nice cargo 747. There's just something so beautiful about 747s. I love this aircraft. It's such beautiful. This is not the most beautiful livery. In my Amsterdam episode in Schiphol, there was really nice cargo 747s, like KLM Cargo and Cargo Lux Italia. Really beautiful aircraft. This one's beautiful too, but this livery I don't like that much compared to those ones. So you should maybe check out my Amsterdam episode if you haven't seen that. Look at it, now it's taking off. Oh, beautiful. That's nice. Bon voyage, Connie 962 heavy. JetBlue 753, runway 22 right, line up and wait. Delta 771 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo. Endeavour 4975, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. JetBlue 903, runway 22 right via Bravo, cross runway 31 right.
Runway 31 left.
Endeavour 4790, runway 22 left, clear to land. Delta 709, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. Yeah,
Runway 22 right via Bravo. Cross runway 31
this is
right.
exciting.
JetBlue 903.
I'm enjoying it so much.
Runway 22 left.
John F. Kennedy International Airport. Delta 457, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left.
Requesting
American,
pushback stop.
that's Terminal 8.
Kennedy Tower, Delta 1406 on final 22 left.
Yes, There's constantly
Kennedy
things happening.
ground. Endeavour 49er75 ready to taxi.
Green flight 45 heavy, cross runway 22 right. Delta 771 heavy, cross runway 22 right. Endeavour 4975, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 709, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 457, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Now we can send from here.
Delta 771 heavy.
JetBlue 753, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. JetBlue 2181, runway 22 right, line up and wait. Yes. Aero Mexico pushing back, JetBlue. We have the American plane over there, okay. Negative.
Delta 457.
Negative.
Runway 31 left at Kilo Delta.
Delta 457. Don't give me negative. Give me positive. So, meaning hit the like button, will you? Delta 771 heavy, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Let's send them. We have another arrival. JetBlue 2824, taxi to terminal. Yeah, that's JetBlue's from that routing. That's perfectly fine. I feel I'm kind of in a flow. I feel that everything's flowing smoothly. I am applying a system. I think that I have everything under control, but Ituri, you need to be careful not to get complacent. There have been times when I have been too complacent and, you know, no, I got this, and then a mistake. So this game is such that it's so easy to make mistake. If you lose your focus for 1 second, you can make a mistake. So I want to avoid that this time. I want to make it happen. I want to be able to successfully pass this challenge at JFK, which I've been waiting for such a long time. I try to be really careful, but I feel I'm in control. I feel I have a good flow of the game. I think everything's going smoothly. Delta 1406, runway 22 left, clear to land. Singapore 24 heavy, runway 22 left, clear to land. Ooh, we have a Singapore heavy on approach. That's nice. American 2557, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. American 2305, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. It's busy, it's so busy, but I feel I'm managing it still, even though there are a lot of things going on. Aero Mexico 403, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. They have departed, we can send the next one. Endeavour 4975, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. We can push these back. Delta 2443, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. We can send from here. JetBlue 2181, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Shamrock 104 heavy, runway 22 right, line up and wait. And let's push the JetBlue plane back. JetBlue 1501, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. And this JetBlue plane is going over there, okay. We can cross them after they have passed. JetBlue 2824, cross runway 22 right.
Cross runway 22
Endeavour
right.
plane.
JetBlue 282.
Endeavour 4790, taxi to terminal via hotel. Yeah, let's get them on hotel. There's a lot of things going on. Ready to taxi. American on final. American 707, runway 22 left, clear to land. Welcome to New York.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. American 707.
Condor 2017 heavy. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm a Finnish man in New York.
Duplicated command.
Duplicated command. Duplicated command is one of my favorites. Condor 2017 heavy. Subscribe to channel.
Command requirement missing. Condor 2017 heavy.
Condor 2017 heavy. The requirement was not missing. I told you to subscribe to channel. That's the requirement. What are you talking about?
Command wrong start. Condor 2017 heavy.
Pilots. Condor 2017 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 1501, runway 22 right via Bravo, cross runway 31 right. Delta 1406, taxi to terminal via hotel. JetBlue 1189, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. Let's send from here. Shamrock 104 Heavy, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Pushback approved, expect runway 22 right.
Aero Mexico 403, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta.
Runway 22 right. Clear for takeoff.
We can send from here. Delta 457, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 2443, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 671 Heavy, standby. Let's have them standby. We have these returning aircraft also. What routing are these taking? This is kind of funny what they are doing. JetBlue 1501, hold position. JetBlue 1501, runway 22 right via Echo. Yes, that's more direct routing. JetBlue 1501, cross runway 31 right. Let's send here. American 2557, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right. American 2305, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right. Yeah. That's the plan we are taking with these aircraft. Do we have any planes here? We need to check that we haven't missed anything. I sometimes have missed a plane. Some plane that wants a pushback and I just haven't seen that, so I need to be vigilant. Careful, not to miss anything. Look at this. Wow, look at this. Whole JFK Airport at my fingertips. Beautiful. I'm like the master of puppets. Master of puppets. I'm pulling your strings. They've departed. Let's send the next one. Delta 709, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 2443, hold position. Let's have them wait here. Let's wait the Aero Mexico to go first. Let's cross these. A lot of things happening. Singapore 24 Heavy, taxi to terminal via hotel. Yeah, that's fine.
Taxi to terminal via hotel.
Endeavour 4790, cross runway 22 right. Delta 1406, cross runway 22 right. Delta 2443, continue taxi. Aero Mexico 403, runway 31 left, line up and wait. These are coming home over there. These are coming home over here. So we can push them back, I guess. We have another American plane here. American 44 Heavy, pushback approved, I expect runway 22 right. We have arrivals. We need to give them clearance. Lot is going on, I feel it's busy. Do you feel it's busy? I feel it's busy. Brickyard 4693, runway 22 left, clear to land. American 3043, runway 22 left, clear to land. But I'm loving it, I'm loving when it's busy and hectic.
Brickyard 4693.
It's the best. JetBlue 1189, runway 22 right. Cross runway 31 right. Condor 2017 Heavy, runway 22 right via Charlie. Singapore 24 Heavy, cross runway 22 right. Delta 671 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. We have another arrival, American 707, taxi to terminal via Hotel Alpha. Yes. We go all the way here. This way. That's what we wanted them to do. We have a new pushback here. Endeavour, got you. Endeavour 5315, runway 22 left, clear to land. Here I didn't give Condor permission to cross the runway because otherwise they would have been danger of running into each other with this American plane. So this was a good holding point. Let them hold on before the runway and let the American pass first, and then I let them cross runway. If I would have just directly let them pass the runway, they would have maybe collided into each other in the taxiway, so that's something to keep in mind. Air Mexico 403, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 2443, runway 31 left, land upon wait. Delta 1651, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. So these are coming here, okay, that's fine. That should not be a problem. You can send from here. JetBlue 903, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Smooth sailing. Also smooth operator. Also smooth criminal. A lot of songs that start smooth. Smooth operator, smooth criminal, smooth sailing. Is that a song? I don't know. Yard 5713, runway 22 left, clear to land. Condor 2017 heavy, cross runway 31 right. American 44 heavy, runway 22 right, right Charlie, cross runway 31 right. And the returning American plane, where there, and they are coming there. Okay, that's not a problem, we can push these back. We've departed Air Mexico, let's send the next one. Delta 2443, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Delta 671 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo. American 707, cross runway 22 right. Delta 1651, standby. American 2757, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. American 302, standby. Let's send here. JetBlue 1501, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. So, like I said earlier, let me know how you feel about New York. Let me know in the comments. Do you love it or do you hate it? I like to visit there, it's nice. I sometimes go to watch some sports games like Ranger games in Madison Square Garden, or I've gone to Giants games in Giants Stadium, MetLife Stadium nowadays. I've been to the old Giants Stadium as well, but that got the wrecking ball, as Bruce Springsteen would say. Endeavour 5296, runway 22 left, clear to land. Actually, I was on a Bruce Springsteen concert in the old Giants Stadium before they demolished it. That was when the Boss released the single Wrecking Ball. But Boss is not the boss of JFK. I'm the boss of JFK. Or at least trying to be. Rolling down the runway, we can let these guys cross. Where are they going exactly? They are going all the way... Where? They're going to... Where are they going?
Kennedy ground, American 2757.
If we use this on Bravo, we need to be careful that we don't let these guys taxi into them, so yeah. Need to be careful about that. Brickyard 4693, cross runway 22 right. American 3043, cross runway 22 right. Delta 671 heavy, cross runway 22 right. Where's this Endeavour plane going?
Cross runway 22 right.
Endeavour, where are you going? There. Endeavour 5315, taxi to terminal by a hotel. Yes.
Cross runway 22 right. American 3043.
So we need to be careful with them. We can send from here. American 2557, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. We need to make sure that this plane does not run into anything coming here. They're coming over there. American 2757, runway 22 right via Charlie. Let's send them, but let's hold them short before. This is something we need to be careful about. They're coming here. They're coming next to these guys. American 302, pushback approved, expect runway 22 right. JetBlue 856, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Pushback approved.
Alaska
Expect
17,
runway
pushback
22
approved, expect runway 22 right.
American 302.
American 2757, hold position. Let's hold them there before. Let's wait these home first.
JetBlue
Then we can
856.
let them continue. That's the
Pushback
plan.
approved. Expect runway 22 right.
Delta
Alaska
1651, runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 671 heavy, runway 31 left land and wait. Endeavour 5315, cross runway 22 right.
Runway 31 left at Kilo Delta. Delta 1651.
Brickyard 5713, taxi to terminal via hotel.
Runway 31 left. Line up and wait. Delta 671 heavy.
Cross runway 22
JetBlue
right.
1189, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Taxi to terminal via hotel. Brickyard 5713.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff. On reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. JetBlue
Hold on.
189er.
You can show them.
Kennedy Tower, Endeavour 49er54 on final 22 left.
Endeavour 4954, runway 22 left, cleared to land. They are rolling down the runway soon.
Kennedy ground.
They are lined up.
American
We sent them
302
soon.
ready to taxi.
About these guys. Okay, they go on here. These go on Bravo. They go on Alpha. That's not a problem. These sort of things you need to be very careful about. They could easily otherwise taxi into each other. But luckily now they're on different taxi routings, taxi paths. We have Endeavour coming home again. Endeavour 5296, taxi to terminal via hotel. Brickyard 5713, cross runway 22 right. Let's send these. Delta 671 heavy, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Alaska 17, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right.
Runway
Right, we can
31
send
left.
from here.
Clear for takeoff. On reaching altitude
American
1000.
2757, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right. American 302, runway 22 right via Charlie, cross runway 31 right. Delta 1833, runway 22 left, clear to land. Oh yes,
Runway 22 right.
this is
via
nice.
Charlie.
I'm excited,
Cross runway
I'm having
31
fun.
right. Alaska
I hope you are
17.
having fun. That's my goal,
Runway 31 right.
Way
to make
22
content
right, via
people
Charlie.
enjoy watching.
Cross
So
runway
please let me
31
know
right.
also in the comments
American
if you enjoy this
302.
kind of content.
Runway
If you have
22
some
left.
requests or what would
Delta
you
1833.
wish that I do that
Kennedy
would make
Tower.
these videos
Delta
even better,
1833 on final
let me
22
know. I
left.
want to improve my content. I try to constantly evolve. Tamair 8181 heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 31 left. And if you enjoy, please consider subscribing
Expect
and
runway
liking.
31 left. Tower made
That's
181 heavy.
that's helpful. JetBlue is going where? Probably to the same place, same place, no, the other side, but that's fine. JetBlue 856, taxi to terminal. Using that routing, but that gives me absolutely no problems. It should be fine.
Kennedy Tower.
Cross them.
Brickyard 387.
Endeavour 5296, cross runway 22 right. You can cross them.
Cross
Nothing,
runway
nothing
22
dangerous
right.
going on here.
Endeavour
Tamair is
52906.
pushing back. After they have crossed, we can send next one. Actually, meanwhile, we can send from 31 left. Delta 1651, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Even though that it has been very hectic and busy, I feel I have this system in control. I feel in control. It's nice. American 2305, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. American 2305.
Look at this Condor
Kennedy ground.
A350.
Tower 181 heavy ready to taxi.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Kennedy Airport. Yeah. There should be Starting the takeoff roll. This is beautiful. Brickyard 4387, runway 22 left, clear to land. Condor 2017 heavy, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Runway 22 right. Line
JetBlue
up and wait.
856, cross runway 22 right.
2017 heavy.
Cross
Time
runway 2 to right.
Time
JetBlue
is ready
856.
to
Kennedy Tower.
let's
Alaska
check it out.
20,
Is this
one final 2
is
to
this the
left.
Dreamliner? 787? I think so. 787? My guess. Let's check. Let's check that it is. No, it's 777. I often get these two mixed up. It's 777, yeah. Yeah, this is the Dreamliner. Must be. Yeah, this is the 787. So it's shorter at least, I think, and maybe the wings are a bit different. Yeah. I'm just not that good at plane spotting. I need to get better at that. Endeavour 4954, taxi to terminal via hotel. Yes.
Taxi to terminal via hotel.
Where are these guys going?
Endeavour
There.
4954.
Delta 1833, taxi to terminal via hotel.
Taxi to terminal via hotel.
We need to get
Delta
these out of the way
1833.
first. Time Air 8181 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo. Not via. Time Air 8181 heavy, runway 31 left at Juliet Bravo. Condor 2017 heavy. Runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway 22 right. Cleared for takeoff on reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Condor 2017 heavy.
Pushback
Condor is
approved.
taking off.
Expect runway 22 right.
Yes.
JetBlue 1283.
Beautiful. Off to the sunset you go. Bon voyage, Condor 2017 heavy. Nothing there. Sun is beginning to set. I wonder if it's going to be, if it's going to get dark before the challenge ends. How far am I in? I'm almost 1 hour, 54 minutes, and I feel I'm doing it. I'm loving this airport, and it has been busy, but I feel I'm in control. It's so easy to make mistakes, so I must remember not to get complacent. But almost 1 hour in, I'm just really hoping that I can make it, and we shall soon find out. So let's see if I make it.
We've had enough of this nonsense.